to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. My name's Andrew.
And this is D.
And we are wrapping up our return to Elm Street with 1994's New Nightmare, Wes Craven's 10-year anniversary of the original, and a new take that did not do well.
Didn't catch.
It really did not catch, and it sort of, I don't know, betrays the thing about Wes Craven is that, like, the people who love Wes Craven did not really love the new stuff Wes Craven was doing. I'm sure there's some subset of Hills Have Eyes fans who did not go in for Scream, so it's his fan base was unsteady. Even with this one, which seems like it is literally like made to be poured down the throats of a Fangoria reader. Like, it's half of it is about special effects. Like, half of it is a behind the scenes on special effects, on practical effects. So that'll be fun. Heather Langenkamp is back. John Saxon is back. Will Robert Englund also play Freddy, or is he just sweet Robert Englund? And then we can discuss the no-name supporting cast when we get there, though. Pre-show research did reveal the husband, who probably should be like George Newbern or D.B. Sweeney, was actually one of the stars of Homefront, which was a early 90s sort of sleeper about World War II that I haven't seen it in 35 years. And even then, I only caught a few of them and always meant to catch the reruns because that's when I thought I understood how reruns worked. But no. So, I don't even know what else. I don't know who does the music. So we're in for a lot of surprises. Including a redesigned glove, everybody.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Oh, I forgot. It's also Miko Hughes, and Miko Hughes sucks. I mean, whatever about child actors, but Miko Hughes, bad choice. Starting in 3, 2, making fun of... He's not the one who's... Anyway, 3, 2, 1, play. I was just going to say, realistically, he's not the one who became, like, a young Republican, and I don't think he, like, killed his mom and his girlfriend or anything, so I think Miko Hughes is okay, like, he's not like Ricky Schroeder, he just is in the background of the world, but not a good child actor. We can say that. It's not like we can't watch Little Rascals and see better child acting in terrible circumstances. But, it's okay. Also, pre-show, I was whining about how I don't feel like, just photography-wise, this one holds up on home video. Like, I just feel like it's just a little too bright, I guess, is sort of my...
Yeah.
Okay. Bruce Campbell should have been the husband.
Probably. I mean, it would have been... I mean, this guy's kind of a throwaway anyways.
Yeah. See why I annoy everyone when I chew gum in front of them now.
Oh, Wes Craven.
Yep.
And little Miko Hughes.
So wasn't... Sorry, go ahead. I'm going to look it up. When did Just the 10 of Us actually go there?
think that was. So it was only on what, two, 3 seasons, maybe.
Really? Oh, it was Step by Step that was on 20 years. That's right. Not Step by. Was it Step by? No. Yes.
Hmm.
Wasn't the Suzanne Summers, Patrick Duffy one on for a lot longer than one might think?
Yeah, that was
Holy
on for
shit.
like
No, Just the Ten of Us
seven.
was only on for 2 years. Holy shit. I thought that, or it has 3 seasons, but its first was 4 episodes. I thought that fucking
Uh,
show was on for 150 years.
no, that's because USA replayed it.
Okay. Okay. So we've got Heather Langenkamp back. So basically, what we've got here is sort of like, oh shit, I forgot to read the trivia. Was this like Wes Craven's original idea for Dream Warriors or something? Or
Might have been.
okay. So it's warm.
Huh.
Oh, that's what it is. It's that really bad mid 90s composite effects that just shit on everything.
Mm,
Okay. But yes, so this ain't no, Halloween movie. We're getting into it in 3.5 minutes. This isn't a Scream movie.
no, no real
This
tension built.
No, this just ends up being a nightmare too, right? I think it does. Yeah.
No. Wow.
So I could make a really obvious statement about switching perspectives in a dream sequence is cheating. I'll just
Hmm.
leave it at that. Like we open on Bro and then it switches over to Nancy, but that would be like, I mean, if this is a Tyler Durden type thing, that'd be all right. But does Wes Craven not have any kids or something?
I don't
Like
know.
I all of the kids of like, or I don't know, enough of the kids have tried to nepo baby into genre filmmaking. We're sharing dreams. Oh, I don't think they do that though.
Right.
Is that a Dutch ink? Do we come on, Wes? Jesus.
Uh, Early 90s.
Yeah.
So not only was this movie kind of a sort of anniversary thing, it was basically an apology
Yes.
for Freddy's Dead, which didn't exactly do as well as expected. Wasn't the finale that they had hoped for.
No. It's the one they paid for. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, so this was Wes got free reign on a Nightmare sequel, and Wes, this was during his I desperately want to break through and do Meryl Streep movies. And so what we get is just an incredibly talky um, movie about Heather Langenkamp's
Yeah, her issue.
problems finding a her fictional issues finding a career. Like I think this also pretends that Heather Langenkamp does it pretend that she acted like she had a better career than she did.
Kinda.
Yeah. I mean, but these two are not
No. That's
no.
why I say this guy could be anybody.
Yes. Um we talked about it during our ill-fated crisis crossover, and I'm sure I've mentioned it other times, but one thing that one of the reasons, in addition to probably just a better minimum production value in terms of acting, is that for like TV shows now, they don't just screen test people on where the characters are in the pilot. They screen test them on their um in their character development. Big examples are um, Grant Gustin and mm, holy shit, the guy who plays his stepdad on The Flash.
Oh,
What's his face? Who I love, Jesse
oh
Nelson,
yeah, Jesse,
middle initial Nelson, maybe
Jesse L. Martin.
Martin, Jesse Nelson. Okay, so yes, and I've heard The Irrational's good, but I'm started watching it. And then Luke and Jessica on the Defenders, but they did it. They do it for all these fucking shows now because like they've got it available. Like it's not like the old days where the script wasn't ready for episode 4. I mean, or I don't. I mean, The Flash is weird because there's like episode season 1, episode 4 of The Flash. Jesse L. Martin and Grant Gustin have a scene, and I'm like, oh, that's the one that they screen tested them on. Like, it's so obvious.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so like screen testing people on a variety of things helps. Is I guess what I'm saying. Kid looks like he's gonna fucking do the risky business dance in a toilet paper commercial or something. This was also one of those movies that they didn't, I don't know that they necessarily tried it, but there was a small subgenre of movies in the late 80s, early 90s where people would be like, well, you have to understand LA to get the movie,
Yeah.
which is based, I think they thought they could get away with that because that's what people said about like movies set in New York, and that's not true for either thing. Was there just a microphone?
I think I just saw it. Yeah.
Um, you know who should have rewritten this? Kevin Williamson.
Hmm.
Kevin Williamson should remake New Nightmare. That's the mood I'm in today, folks.
Well, it's all because a lot of the self-referencing, you know,
Yeah.
the end jokes. the nods. This chick here, I think she was big on TV.
Tracy Middendorf. Let's look her up. She does have a long um 90210 or
Oh wow.
I'm not there. I'm still looking. Oh dude, no. She was big on Days of Our Lives. No, I was right. Hold on, here we go. She was on Beverly Hills 90210 and 90 for 6 episodes. New
Mm,
Nightmare, it looks like probably after college or something bad happened. She did some TV movies, was reduced to not having names by 1999. When the fuck was she ever on Days of Our Lives?
mm,
Oh, long running series. She was Carrie Brady at some point on Days
mm.
of Our Lives, but I assume she would be most recognizable from Beverly Hills.
Mm.
Like, who knows what her fucking subplot was? Let's see. Reoccurring character on season 4. Oh, she was one of Steve Sanders' girlfriends.
Huh.
Dude, she was the one who self-harmed.
Oh man.
Yeah.
There is a lot of setup in this.
Dude, she wasn't the
Like
one who
there's
just
a lot of just long scenes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why we need Kevin Williamson. Um, okay, no, like she was like a psycho. She was a fatal attraction for Steve Sanders, who ends by like,
Mm.
yeah. What
Over Steve. Yeah.
the fuck?
Uh-uh.
Well,
Huh? Uh,
nothing. I was trying to guess. Yeah, I was trying to guess her answer because it's like, are they do address? It's weird that this is her. Like Friday the 13th, or yeah, Friday the 13th as well. Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street didn't have like a Jamie Lee Curtis, right? Even
uh,
Lisa Wilcox, had five been killer, then yes, right? Like Lisa Wilcox would have been the face of the franchise with Robert Englund, but they fucked that up.
yeah.
Oh,
The overkill.
yeah. Man, I wouldn't trust you alone with a kid, dude. Like, come on now. But yeah, this whole LA thing, this was on like the tail end of it, I would say.
That was the kind of hokey shit they did back then.
mm,
Uh,
this is just so sad though, because nobody was asking for him to come back except like the Fangoria rumor page. Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely run its course.
I don't think, maybe with the exception of Hellboy 2,
Hmm.
there's ever been a legacy quill that was based on actual, and Hellboy 2 extend delay a sequel, delayed sequel, um, that was based on like perception of fan interest. Because like Guillermo del Toro had numbers that said Hellboy 2 was a good idea. It
Huh.
just didn't translate. But like this is like it's like Alien 4. Nobody was asking for an Alien 4. Like,
No, especially after three.
and if they were like sincerely, they were asking for a new story, right? Like,
Well, remember, since two, it was always bring him to Earth. You know.
yeah, I saw. Okay, so now she's getting harassing phone calls. We are 20 minutes into this film. This could have been 7 or 8 minutes in. Like, she's walking around LA more than they do on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like, come on.
Mm,
Okay, I'm also just gonna say this, and we've watched some Wes Craven, and I am a like I love me some Swamp Thing, folks. Go watch our Swamp Thing.
hmm
Um, and I like the first Scream. But Wes Craven, Wes Craven's no Stephen Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? Just gonna say that. But it's not even that. It's not like he's trying to be Stephen Hopkins here. He's trying to be Robert Altman or some shit, and he's definitely not Robert Altman.
Well, with all the handheld, it's
The
a little,
handheld, the like pseudo reality shit, like,
yeah, with
because
what you call him here,
Bob
Robert
Shea,
J.
who
Again,
cannot act, and everybody else figured that out. Um,
Freddy crap in the back.
I know. If that's his real office, that's so fucking sad too. Um, the framed picture of Freddy's dead poster, like, come on.
Yeah,
Bullshit. Bullshit. Um, this is also hilariously I guess against canon because this Wes asked her if he could write her into three, right? Per documentaries and IMDb trivias or whatever. So like this was not that was not of course out there in 94. But like
uh-huh.
turning her coming back to it without him being involved into a plot point is just fucking weird. Like so bad.
It is.
Robert Shea gives fucking Reb Brown. Like I liked Reb Brown more than I like Robert Shea right now. Get Reb Brown in there. He can read the lines off her forehead. Right. And okay, the scene has only been 3 minutes. So what are we whining about? Or two and a half. What are we whining about?
Well, the movie itself is what? altogether.
1 hour 54 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this will be one of the ones where we wrap up during the credits, folks. Just a forewarning. Ugh.
Oh,
Oh my God.
damn kid.
Dude, I didn't like the kid in five. The kid in five, Jurassic Park kid, where the fuck's he? Besides too old for this. Um, yeah,
No, I didn't like that kid either.
no. Haven't you seen Jurassic Park, Mom? It's 1994. We have to reference dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool again. It is fucking hilarious how they've kept that franchise going, but not made dinosaurs cool.
Yeah, because they damn sure ain't scary no more.
Oh. Have you seen the preview for the last one yet?
Yeah, that.
It is something to see that bad of a performance from Scarlett Johansson, given how bad so many of her performances have been in her career. But like, I was just like, wow, she's hit a new level of just like,
Yeah, it's not. It's just not.
I
Really
imagine.
excited about fucking dinosaurs anymore.
No, I think that
They're
one.
not scary.
I'll be very surprised if this one actually carries. Like,
Well, sure, already they're planning a trilogy.
yeah, but it's got to
Ugh,
make a fortune for that to happen. So,
yeah.
um, yes, let's call Dad on the phone so we can talk about the scene we just had. Okay, I guess the problem with these two is
Hmm.
neither of them can carry the water of the scene. Neither of them can carry a scene. And so,
Well, Heather's a little, sometimes a little too emotional, and then not enough.
yeah,
And it seems that she's kind of out of practice.
yeah. Like, this is also before people regularly parodied themselves. Like, this is
Right.
pre Harold and Kumar. This is pre, I mean, I don't know, like the reality TV shows where celebrities come back and, like Lisa Wilcox. So, and others. Um, but yeah.
Uh,
Yay. Yay. Let's read the fucking storybook. With bad art, right? Like, we couldn't have gotten a
yeah,
beautifully illustrated one, like a pop-up one.
yeah, something a little more pleasing to the eye.
Something we could have like moved the camera over and listened to this delivery. Okay. Mm, mm. No, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Did someone cast Miko Hughes in Mercury Rising, where he plays a child who is nonverbal, because they like watched this and were like, I'm so sick of him fucking talking. Make it stop. Sorry.
Well, between this and there, wasn't he in a bunch of other stuff?
Oh God, here we go.
He was like the kid for a while. He was like early fucking career Corey Feldman for a minute.
Oh, cool. He made a fan sequel to this.
Uh,
We won't be watching that, folks. So oh God, he's the little kid from Kindergarten Cop.
uh,
Okay, so he was 3 to 4 years old in Kindergarten Cop. So he was like a fucking preschooler, right? Like
uh,
it was not, they didn't know that he was going to turn out like this. We can blame this on, um, holy shit. Jack the Bear was directed by Marshall Hertzkovitz and written by Steven Zalian? The fuck?
uh,
Danny DeVito going for an Oscar nomination or something? Whatever he was doing. He was in that. He was in Cops or Robertsons the same year he was in this. I think Cops and Robertsons is new line.
uh,
He guest starred on The Parenthood with Rob.
uh,
Mhm. Okay, 4 episodes. He stuck around. He was the kid, one of the kids in Apollo 13. So yes, the
uh,
kid. He's the son in Spawn. He was one of the supporting kids in Zeus and Roxanne, the Steve Gutenberg, Kathleen Quinlan, Free Willy attempt.
uh,
He was in something called Lethal Vows, which is about John Ritter killing Marg Helgenberger, or at least stalking her. I think I've seen this. This was so we've talked about it other places on the show. Oh, look, they're driving. It's fine. He's gonna fall asleep and die because we've all seen Nightmare 5. She should have married Danny Hassel. That's who she should have married. Um, wait, hold on. We should pay attention because do we actually get like a does Freddy come to him? Okay, folks, if you're ever driving and you're getting tired or in any ways getting tired, chew gum. I saw that in a cartoonist Roger Langridge might have had that in a strip because he was doing a daily strip during Rona. Um, that he just stopped, but and I've been trying it for the last month and a half, and it works. So when you're getting tired, chew gum for a little bit. It's enough. Okay, so we're seeing that, but what's the confirmation of it in reality? We don't know. But what I was going to also say was we've talked on the show before about how typecast actors would often do extreme TV movies to sort of break themselves out of their
uh,
typecasting. Um, I don't know the fuck it has worked for, really. There are undoubtedly some examples of people like, I don't know, Richard Belzer or some shit. Like it worked for
uh,
him or something, right? Like somebody like that at some point in their career it helped. But like everybody who did a huge swing with it, John Ritter, Christopher Reeve, um, Dennis Christopher probably did it. People like that. Um, it never gave them like the John Malkovich flash, right? Like it never. No, ma'am, he's dead, ma'am. Um,
Oh,
was that the best take?
oh yeah.
Okay, so Wes is also directing this framing wise. So we'll get to it later, like the big screen aspect of it later because of just where the story goes. But everything else he's shooting fucking for TV. It's really frustrating. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but like this is kind of why I don't go back and try a lot of Wes Craven because like you sort of hit your head on the ceiling pretty fast.
Mm. I'm here to view the body.
Here, oh sorry, honey, I'm gonna drop some food in him too. This is
Here.
utter. This is such. It's just such stupid. Like, did Wes write this by himself, or did he have help from what's his face at New Line, the guy who wrote Freddy's Dead and In the Mouth of Madness, DeLuca. Did he have help from DeLuca on this, or is this just all Wes thinking about that 90-minute TV cut and what he can get rid of?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
I'm trying to think of any of the times I've spontaneously vomited, did I think to fucking hold it in my hands? I think no.
No. If it's coming out, and it's coming straight forward.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I get beforehand there's the reflex. Oh, God. I don't want to. I don't want to examine
Mhm.
Heather Langenkamp's acting stuff. Oh, her hair doesn't streak, does it? In this?
I think later on,
Oh my God.
because there's the weird thing where it's sort of she's starting to parallel her character.
So, I don't know if we ever come back to his partners who she saw die in the dream, but they didn't show up for work and they're like missing. And I
Oh.
think it goes utterly unresolved. This is also, well, this is kind of unfortunate if West or if Robert England of 1994 could go um, for a whole scene without making some innuendo, considering what we've seen on convention panels.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, if you're bored right now, open up another window or pause and go to the convention panel with Monica Keena and
Ooh,
yeah,
man, oh man. Okay, now
we just got our first glimpse of new Freddy.
of new Freddy. Yeah. Uh, honestly, the makeup is to be desired, but I like this design though.
Yeah, but the thing about this design is there's no reason they could have done this in 1986. Like it's not.
Yeah.
And we still like we talked about this with the remake is that what we have never gotten is a Nightmare on Elm Street that fully embraces CG. Because one of these things, you should do like $120 million Nightmare on Elm Street just to see what
Hmm.
happens, right? Like, just to see what happens. Because just the visuals, all that shit. There are like horror video games and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of super successful horror like well, the Resident Evils are zombie games, but like when you're like an Uncharted where you're on rails a bit, right? Like there's never been like a horror thing like that, I don't think. But fuck, they should do a Nightmare on Elm Street game. Um,
Well, they had that, what you call it, right? That sort of whatever, download live, whatever game. I don't know how they did it, but
no,
somebody modded one.
no, just like a real fucking.
Yeah, a real one. They should do a real one.
What movie are you watching? Nobody from here can tell.
Is it a New Line movie? Is it Critters?
No, dude, I think it's Nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
Oh God, I don't think. How many critters are there?
Officially, well, initially four. And then there's the ones that came out a few years ago, which
Yeah,
they're not, really. I only count two.
if you folks want us to watch a bunch of New Line franchises, um, or Miko Hughes movies for that matter, you're gonna need to watch a lot of these fucking nightmares. So if all of a sudden all the nightmares become our greatest hits, we'll know that you want us to watch Critters. But otherwise, I think I gotta take a break from New Line for a while. And I mean, I say that, and I said the other time though, like I think Fine Line Features, I would have to look at a list, but like they made some of the best um what we called independent films, but really what were boutique. Um
Mm,
I fucking I love The Player. That was a fine line, if not a new line. Shit, they might have made Fine Line because of The Player. And I love One Night Stand, the Wesley Snipes one.
mm, man, haven't seen that in a long time.
It there's no reason he couldn't have had I mean other like other than some reasons, but like ability wise, there's no reason Wesley Snipes couldn't have done all the drama that Denzel does. Like
No.
he can do it. He just, I mean, you can tell in Passenger 57, he just doesn't want to work that hard. Like, he gets a little bored
No.
with it. Like,
Yeah, he really seems like action wise. He just wants to show off a little bit and be done
yeah.
till the next one. It's weird. I didn't realize till rewatching these that Heather Langenkamp has blue eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That's some straight Mandela effect, because I always thought her eyes were brown.
No, I can't come with you in your dreams, you annoying little shit. Good thing this is a movie, then. God, this would be so much better if he was a fucking Muppet.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Muppet Nightmare on Elm Street. Muppet Nightmare on Elm Street.
Gonzo is Freddy.
Or you do it anthology and somebody gets to be Freddy, a different Freddy every one.
Yeah, Piggy Freddy would be funny.
Yeah.
All
Piggy
right, him and
Freddy
his.
working her way up Hollywood and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe after Disney buys Warner Brothers in some deal that somehow is funded by taxpayer money or something. Like, just something fucking terrible. Maybe then we'll get Muppet Nightmare on Elm Street and it'll be. See, what's so frustrating is there are so many people who get Muppets because there were the comics for
All right.
7 years, and there was enough variety in some of them that you could tell the people who got it and the people who didn't. And there, I mean, Roger Langridge, who I mentioned earlier, got it, gets it, defined it, right? Like, um, got Marvel Comics to put out a Muppet collection. It was like so good. But even the like Muppet Snow Whites, the Muppet Sherlock Holmeses, some of those were good. Some of them missed the boat a lot. I don't know if they missed it a lot, but they missed the boat. But some of them were actually really good. So there are people who get this. And it's like, these are not expensive people. These are not people who are going to want a $4 million writing contract. Like, these are just people who are going to want to not get screwed. And then we could have nice Muppets in hell. Like, that would be nice. Here we get Mr. John Saxon in probably his best performance in the series, just because he's playing
Yeah, he's
John
playing
Saxon.
himself.
Certainly his best scene in the series.
His level of concern is kind of ramped up.
Yes, as opposed to when teenagers were dying left and right in the first movie. Ugh.
Now, this Rocket Jungle Gym thing actually used to be in a park in Evanston somewhere.
Fuck yes, it was. I remember that shit. I wonder what terrible shit
That
happened.
too. The little castle looking
I
things.
don't remember the castle. I do remember
Yeah.
the wheel thing. It was like, was it in South?
I
Was
don't
it like
know
a?
exactly
There
where.
was a really nice park in South Evanston, like as
Yeah.
in terms of jungle gym equipment. Like it was really nice. Like their alderman fucking made that shit happen.
Yeah, the big metal one. See the little castle thingy. Or was it a mini rocket? I can't remember, but
There was a rocket in
there
Evanston.
was
It
that.
was
That
not, yeah,
specifically was that.
and it did not make it to the '90s. I don't think. Like,
Ah, I know one that did because my uncle he had a house by one of those parks that had
Okay.
those. And then yeah, they took it down eventually because now it's something else over there.
So like, oh, remember the half like globes that you could like climb across and fall
Yeah,
14 feet and break your legs? Those were all gone by the time I would have attempted that.
because
You
you could
climbed
go
on the
inside them.
outside, you could hang on the inside. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it was great. It was
The
great.
big the big metal tornado slides that used to get hot as fuck during the summertime. You couldn't slide down them because the slide part was metal, so it
Uh,
would be too hot.
has she been getting other mail with the letters, or are we gonna find? Oh no! It can't just say Freddy's back. It's gonna say like, "Well, I'm back, bitch," because they can't. Robert Englund was like, "I get to call her a bitch," right? Like, come
Yeah,
on,
let me
that's what
call her
people
a
love
bitch.
about it. Um, did he just have a little cute Godzilla thing though? That was cool. Um, I am gonna just say that as playgrounds got safer, I mean, I'm just saying you could probably chart the rise of school shootings. I'm just saying.
Mm.
I'm just saying some of those kids would have been the kid who fucking fell too hard and
Mm.
not gone on to do a school shooting. Did Robert Englund? Well, okay. So the other thing about Robert Englund was he didn't so much get typecast as Freddy. He got typecast as the guy who plays Freddy. And like it was
And then
always a part of it.
he just went full throttle and said, "Yeah, okay, I'll just be crazy."
Yeah. And that took him like by 95. That was a year
Yeah,
after this. He gave up by a year after this and just wanted some money. Because this is also pre-convention. Like there were comic book conventions, there were probably
yeah.
proto Fangoria conventions.
This was before people like him started going.
Yeah.
You know,
This was back before Superboys had to start going, right? Like,
hmm well, yeah, because Superboy had just ended about
yeah,
like, 92.
it took Jerry until like 90 to 2000 to really
Hmm.
start realizing. And I mean, Sean Patrick Flannery was probably a crossover. Those two fuckheads. I guess they're nice, but mm, um nice to who, I guess is what I would say. But when the Boondock Saints guys started going to the
Yeah,
conventions to continue their proximity to success. Um,
and that's another one I'll never understand. Past the first one,
oh, dude, no, the first
I
ones,
don't.
no, no.
I'll just never get the hoopla.
I also don't like that. Um, it's unfortunate. There's the documentary about it's like called Boondock Saints: What Went Wrong, or What
Mm.
Went Wrong with Troy Duffy. Overnight, what went wrong with Troy Duffy, and what went wrong with Troy Duffy is he's a racist, and
Mm.
he went out drinking with Ewan McGregor, who Bob Weinstein had signed or was getting for the new movie that was going to be like the big breakout for Troy Duffy. And they went to a bar in Boston, and
Oh
Troy
shit.
Duffy's a big ass racist, and Ewan McGregor was like, no,
Mm.
and off, and that was the end of the guy's career. And they make a whole fucking movie about it without ever saying that.
Mm.
They're just like after a bad meeting with Ewan, and then somewhere in the trivia section, it's like, yeah, it was because he was a fucking huge racist piece of shit.
Oh.
So, but no, the first one's does not age. It's funny. We listened to a podcast where two of the hosts liked that as young men, and the other host was older and did not. And he mocks. It's about the only thing he gets to mock them for. Well, they make fun of him being a year
Yeah,
older than we are.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Don't even bother. Like
Uh,
it'll just. It is
because in a way,
interesting to think that that's where Willem Dafoe's career was pre Spider-Man, though. Like, we forget that before Spider-Man, Willem Dafoe had to do lots of shit.
oh yeah, Willem Dafoe did. Willem Dafoe was kind of a Christopher Walken Jr. for a while.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Now,
Yep.
little, little,
He's so bad.
oh, but it's
Yeah, I know.
she's a dreaming. So,
So we've done this like, God, I know two times I can think of now. This is the second time for sure, but I bet it's three, where we're using the waking from a nightmare as a transition that you know keeps us from understanding the I don't know, the prime universe in this or whatever. Like it's really just
uh, I
I'm
mean,
back. This is also the first time
ugh,
that Freddy's gone
ugh.
after adults, which
He's going after her through the kid, kind of.
yeah, but it's not. Our cast is adults. It's pseudo celebrity stuff. This is the first. We are 55 minutes in, and Dr. Lady is about the only person in this movie that has an active acting career. Like that was like a working actor, a significantly working
She's,
actor.
she's pretty good.
Yeah. Did Orion have a horror franchise?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Let's look into that instead of paying attention to the film.
Well, because this is all you know, there's this whole section now in the movie where it's really rehashing that act two of the fucking Exorcist,
Right.
where they're giving him the battery of tests and trying to determine what his problem is. These sequences are always the worst, most boring sequences of these movies. Oh no, here we go, another cameo.
2 years before Kingpin, everyone. Kingpin -2 for when they could just get Lin Shay to do any fucking thing.
Right.
Um, Holy shit, dude. No, because you know what? Orion didn't like break out until 90 and they were gone by 94. So
Damn.
no.
So they didn't have
They'll,
a chance. They
what
didn't.
this is I need a full list. That's not the full list. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. They did Amityville 2,
Uh,
3. Okay, this is a much better, this is a much more accurate list. Thank you, Wikipedia. Mm,
but Amityville jumped around, didn't it?
Yeah, they didn't do, I mean, 4 was to TV, so
TV movie, yeah.
yeah, it was their attempt at 3D and it didn't happen. Um, was Monkey Shines Wes Craven or Romero? I think it was Romero. Um,
Monkey
no,
Shine.
they actually didn't do Monkey Shines was like their biggest horror that I'm seeing so far.
Yeesh. Monkey Shines, an experiment in terror. Yee.
So basically, based on
Hmm.
well, they went no, very weird. They distributed Phantasm 4, but that was post bankruptcy. So what's very interesting about Orion is they still distributed movies even after they weren't like making movies anymore per se.
Huh.
But like it says here that Original Gangstas was produced by Orion.
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
think there was.
but the Arrival, and I knew this was Live Entertainment because that's who did the video. The
Oh,
Substitute was Live Entertainment. The Favor and There Goes My Baby,
oh wow.
starring oh man, it stars Rick Schroeder. Man, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah,
That's what's her face is in that? That's like I want to say her last movie, maybe. Lucy, Lucy.
yeah. Shit. Co-starring Paul Xavier Gleason. Yeah. So I've seen it once. It didn't. Um,
Well,
anyway,
what? That's got a interesting backstory because the director,
yeah,
I think he directed what Hollywood Nights, right? And they say basically both of those movies are the exact same movie, except Hollywood Nights was the comedy version of There Goes My Baby. Like he remade Hollywood Nights as There Goes My Baby as more of a, you know, thinking that it would
wow.
be a bigger or something like that.
That's I've always
It's
wanted to.
really weird.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see Aloha, Bobby and Rose because it's Paul Lamont just after American Graffiti. Yeah, and this is not the guy who worked on Floyd Murtrix. Worked at Second City.
Mm. We have to
That
blame
doesn't
him for
work.
Robert Wall.
Hold on a second here. Floyd Murtrix studied in New York while working at Second City, Chicago, and later attended Columbia University in New York.
Hmm.
I guess maybe Summers. Okay, so yeah, I've never seen any of these that he actually did. Except There Goes My Baby. I've never seen Hollywood Nights. I've never seen Freebie and the Bean. I've never seen The Christian Licorice Store.
Honestly, Hollywood Nights sort of it's in that it's Porky's level. It actually came before Porky's, so it's sort of it's on that shit.
Nope, hold on, everybody. Let's slow down. Is Wes Craven a good actor? Let's slow down and see.
He's good at saying his lines right and trying to look mysterious.
Yeah. God, let's talk about this so much. Let's talk some more,
Yeah,
everyone.
they definitely kept the budget tight with all of this shit because no stunts, no.
No stunts. God, sorry.
They could just sit there and just
It's
talk.
like it's like Beverly Hills Cop 3. No
Yeah.
stunts. We'll have to actually look and see what the stunt situation is like. Okay, I don't know. Maybe we just have talked this period of American cinema to death. It just really sort of feels like we have. Like 90, the 90, like 94 to 90.
Well, shit didn't kick off again till Scream, and that was '96. Up until then, it was really just murky. There was a lot of like even '96 to I would say '99. Because when did all the rest of that shit come out? Like Haunting of Hill House and all.
It was
Not
like
Haunting of Hill House,
99.
but like yeah.
Yeah.
See all of those. Hey, look, it was a production photo.
We should have called Johnny Depp. Uh,
Yeah, where's Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp's probably getting ready to make a movie with Mel Gibson for Lionsgate, is actually what's going on.
He's having nightmares that he became a middle-aged man who married a troublesome woman way younger than him.
I saw something about how
Oh, see, there we go. I think they were showing she was having the streaks in her hair.
okay. Um, you know how many actresses are Ellen Burstyn? Ellen
Mm.
Burstyn. Okay, so like trying to give God.
Yeah, that's what she should be given in this.
Okay, William Friedkin makes better horror movies than Wes Craven. That's really fucked up. That's a really fucked up thing to say. Because William Friedkin,
Well, what's because I don't dislike this, but watching it again, it's coming off really like a lifetime version of a Freddy movie.
right? It's coming off like a Lifetime version with theatrical stuff. With
Yeah,
it's like the unrated version of a Lifetime movie where they're like, no, it really was. It's like if Paul W.S. Anderson wasn't bullshitting about his director's cuts. Okay, so we are 66 minutes in, and we are getting news that the guys who died in the first scene are dead. Nobody figured that out until 66 minutes into the movie. This is
Earthquake.
basically the end of the first act in this fucking movie. Like, oh God, and they're oh no. Freddy crossing over took them to the blue lights of Crystal Lake.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my other thing. And okay, so
Mm-hmm.
hacky serial thrillers from big studios were very much a thing at this time. Like,
Oh well, yeah.
and
Because you had thing is, by now, Nightmare on Elm Street was retired, or it was supposed to be retired oh after Freddy's did.
yeah,
So, but you still had the other ones, like the lower tier ones, like Hellraiser was
yeah,
still they were still making those.
shit. Phantasm 3 might be
Yeah,
after,
Phantasm 3.
um,
I think maybe Leprechaun 2 might have been out by this point.
um, Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, and it wasn't like, and we were waiting. We just had Jason's Dead or whatever.
Right. Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason
And
Goes to
then
Hell.
I
Um,
don't think they made another Leatherface till the remake.
no, there was the new Texas
Well, there
Chainsaw
was.
Massacre
Oh,
with
yeah, there was that one. Right.
but yeah, they didn't,
McConaughey.
yeah, the McConaughey one, but they didn't really, nobody put anything to it
Mhm.
until the Platinum Dunes one. Um, and even when, horror came back with Scream, it didn't come back with the same, it wasn't like the sort of 80s to hear Fangoria vibe,
No,
right?
no.
Like it was,
It, it was more. They were trying to do suspense, and then they brought in Final Destination, which it was more about elaborate set pieces and
mhm,
Rube Goldberg killings.
and Saw. And so,
Yeah, torture porn then became the thing.
and then Lifetime did start making movies about
And then you had
stalkers
for
who
a little
kill.
while they tried to do the young adult horror, which I don't think really it hasn't really taken.
No, I've been curious about the Blair's adaptation, but I I got no time in my life for Jack Black
No,
in any capacity.
no,
Um,
nope.
yeah.
You know, Heather Langenkamp's energy is like she's a less spastic Elizabeth Berkley, I guess.
Okay. Imagine she'd been recast with Elizabeth Shue. Sorry.
Elizabeth Shue would have slayed this.
So fucking good. She would have been so
Yeah,
good.
she would have. Yeah, this is just yeah.
We only had to wait until what? She was 60 for her to get any of the respect she deserved.
Any acknowledgement for actually being good.
We saw Hollow Man for her. We saw Hollow Man.
We adored Hollow Man. That fucking
Was there anybody else in the theater for that on opening night?
there might have been because it was a like a
I mean, it wasn't Bernie's too, where it was a dead body, but like
no, but people did want to see it. It just wasn't.
I learned that lesson fast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, and talking a lot about recasting or casting, we've gotten to the point. So it's sort of unfortunate, but we've gotten to the point now where, for the most part, any studio network streamer product has reached. Dude, I had never thought about this in the Exorcist context, but come on,
Well,
Wes, get some
see,
creativity.
told you.
Like, God, it's just the fucking Exorcist.
Oh wait.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Well, that was kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Her as Freddy. Now, oh, we forgot to point out that it's Freddy, but not really Freddy. That's the big twist of this. That it's a dream demon that takes the form of Freddy, which is why he looks the way he looks in this movie.
And it's a dream demon who used to be the witch in Hansel and Gretel. And the demon
Right.
takes the shape of whatever the pop culture is and sort of
Which
occupies the imagination.
which would have been an amazing big bad for the Fables comic.
Mm. It also it's also too bad because this is the reveal in 4 is that he's a fucking dream demon. So
Mm.
like
But then they switch that though. They say he made a deal. What
yes, in
Freddy's
6.
dead.
Yeah. It's almost like it might be stupid. Um, but with recasting, um, or casting,
Mm.
she's definitely got the hair going, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
there it
there.
is.
See?
Yeah, there it is. God, you know who else would have killed this? Carrie Fisher.
Oh
And
yeah.
she could have fucking rewritten it. Okay, so also the reason it's a boy is so men would go see this movie, which is fucking sad. Okay, so but with casting, the thing is that like in the late 90s, especially as we just had tons of fucking like lots of movies. People would be in 2 movies a year again, right? Like
Yeah.
actors you liked would be in a lot of stuff. Um, we very quickly learned that that did not mean that those were going to be good movies or good shows, or that the actors that we liked and thought were good in other things were going to be good in those movies and shows.
No.
So it was very depressing. But now we've gotten to a point where, generally speaking, acting is solid across, the baseline is fine at this point in time. Except
Yeah.
there's like 3 people to follow because otherwise, because people aren't like working that much. or something. It's very strange. Like Elizabeth Shue didn't do another show after The Boys to capitalize on that. Like
Oh,
she took them residuals for a streaming show that was probably a better negotiation than.
that's right. She never really. Didn't they try to give her the lead on a show?
Did they try to give her a lead on a CSI, actually, now that we're saying it? But
Right.
that was before that, I think.
And she was on one of those. But she never got a show where it was like specifically tailor made, like she was the head
Right.
star of the something else, man. Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to watch Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good.
And Cocktail.
Have not still have not cocktailed.
Okay, well, my theory of Cocktail still stands that her character was crazy all along.
Okay, so Elizabeth Shue has nothing to do with this film. Was actually on a show called. She was actually only 55 when she got discovered for The Boys. She did the lead in Gray, female lead in Greyhound, which amounts to a cameo as Tom Hanks's Lady, I'll bet. She did 12 episodes of something called On the Verge. I don't know where it aired. I mean, mild interest. It's about a bunch of women in their late 40s and early 50s friend group.
Oh,
Fucking put this
so
on the
it's
list. It's
whatchamacallit, and Sarah
it's
Jessica Parker and him.
no, I think it's more like yuppie steel magnolias.
Oh,
He was in
you know what?
some
Now that I think about it, why don't they have something like Sisters on anymore?
very weird. Oh my god, wait. The Uber show had fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Huh.
Oh my god. She was in 4 episodes of that, and then she did a movie with Robert Schwartzman's first movie or latest movie, and Robert Schwartzman is not Jason Schwartzman. He's Jason Schwartzman's brother. That's right.
Uh,
But he's also not the one who did um he's also not the Schwartzman who did like return to exploitation shit. Like there was one of them who tried doing that for a bit with I don't know if he worked with the Stallone kid, but maybe. Um so yeah, she's not I mean Rona happened right as that fucking happened. She did die off.
uh,
Um but yeah, it looks like since this On the Verge thing, she has not really been doing much. But, oh my god, is this scene still happening? I just fucking did a career recap for fuck's sake. Like, come on. The other thing, folks, is that I do actually remember this. The guard's eyes, this guy behind them cannot figure out who he should be looking at. He's trying really hard to act right now, but he can't figure it out. Um, trailer
yeah, how do they
shot,
explain that?
trailer shot. That's how I explain that. Terrible edits on Miko Hughes. Though I get it, Wes, you could not get the right performance out of that fucking kid. Speaking of not getting the right performances out of people,
Hmm.
we finished Agatha all along.
Oh, I didn't even bother.
So the show had some decent peaks.
Hmm.
It shits the bed with the final shitting of the bed is with it does usual suspects like
Oh,
as a reveal, but like in a very our audience isn't going to know who this is. Nobody's watching the usual suspects today. Nobody's like, You know who I
No.
want to watch a movie by? Bryan Singer. And you know who I want to be starring in that movie? Kevin Spacey. I'm 15.
Mm.
Okay, so they ripped that off. But before that, the episode wasn't like good, but it was like fucking weird. It's the show's way too cheap, like
Oh.
for what they're doing. Like they're doing Yellow Brick Road at night, basically. So it's like it looks cheaper than The Wizard of Oz does for 1939 in times. But you get to the very end, and it like reveals the tie into WandaVision. It sets up the show that it never was, but was pretending to be.
Oh.
But then you get Catherine Hahn, who was like a pseudo discovery on WandaVision because it was more that she'd just been ignored because
You
of her
know
age.
what they were trying to do with her? They were trying to they were trying to fast track her the same way they did with Aubrey Plaza, and I don't think it works with her.
Well, you get to the end of WandaVision, or not WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and it's like Catherine Hahn's got to take it up to 11.
Uh,
And I'm just kind of like, what did you think she was going to do in this scene? Because, like, she hasn't done like shit for
uh.
ages in this show. Her secret origins trash. Like,
Oh, but
and
you know what? I get the feeling she's going to put in an appearance in the Fantastic Four.
we have not discussed that. Folks, we have not discussed the Fantastic Four trailer on or off show.
We might not even be allowed to.
There's that. We might not be
Some
allowed
some
to.
people.
We might not be allowed to. No, you know, we did not have a crisis situation here. I'm not gonna, our Fantastic Four. I do not have it with the same feelings that I have about our crises. But basically, the Fantastic Four trailer has dropped in the last 2 weeks since we recorded this. It is fine. Like it is lacking. It's strangely lacking in personality. Um, but I watched it after I saw the first poster, which is some little kid looking up in the sky that says, I want to believe or something, or I
uh,
believe in the Fantastic Four. And I'm like, oh, is this their Superman? And based on the trailer, no, it is not. It is a Marvel movie set in a futuristic 1960s. It is not their Superman.
uh, so we're kind of almost winding down here.
Yes, we are, except we have, wait for it, 25 minutes left.
No, it goes by pretty quick
All right,
since
let's see.
now that reality is falling apart. John Saxon, he's in a damn sheriff's outfit. They don't even she can't quite see it yet.
No. They could have done such cool shit with um her like having dream problems.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they could have made Nancy or Heather a little more slightly off the wagon a bit.
yeah, because we never get a sense of her before all this shit happens. And so
Yeah, all we know is she's movie star Heather Langenkamp.
I do more TV now. Um, why are you calling me Nancy, John? Okay, no, here's the sheriff's uniform
Yeah, here's the sheriff. Yeah, the
or the
badge.
badge, and the jacket changes. So, like, what this movie acknowledges, or at least reveals, that we have been waiting 94. Shit, he probably started in 60, right? 34 years to find out.
Mm.
Is that John Saxon's actually likable? And so having him play a supervillain or a dick or a bad parent is a lot less fun than him just being
Concerned dad.
concerned dad who listens. Basically, John Saxon, what he needed was his Harry Dean Stanton in Pretty Woman, or no,
Pretty in
Pretty in
pink.
Pink. Yeah. And John Saxon never did that. Like, there's no, I mean, there's,
He probably would have worked too, because you look at that and it's like, how did old ass Harry Dean Stanton
find someone
have a young
to
kid daughter?
procreate with.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, she's in her pajamas
but yeah, so like if she'd been having weird dreams and then
and
started seeing reality,
still no Johnny Depp next door.
right, like
Like
100%, Johnny Depp should have run out of the house from his bedroom with headphones on and like,
you could you could get what's his name to put in a cameo at the funeral scene. Uh, Jesu Garcia.
well, no, I mean, like they said, they didn't ask. Like you said,
They
they
didn't
didn't
even
ask.
ask. Yeah.
Because this was at the point that he was trying to break out. Like he was about to do Nick of Time. Like he was not happy
All right.
that
He wasn't strictly Tim Burton.
no, he wasn't Tim Burton, he wasn't Indy, he wasn't Marlon Brando, um, Snuff, Odysseys. He was willing to he was I
Yeah,
think
he was trying to diversify his bond.
because he was jealous of Keanu Reeves' success. Which is, I will point out, as someone who, I have not seen a Johnny Depp movie in ages. Um, I haven't seen the Pirates movies, but
Oh, just
I know the
one
first
and
one.
two.
Okay, one and two. Um, I know, but like I I thought he has some great performances. Johnny Depp has given some fantastic performances, and outside of Bill and Ted's, I would probably say that Johnny Depp could do any Keanu Reeves role better, except I don't know if he could do Kung Fu. But like in terms of acting, I think he would be an improvement in any case.
Hmm.
Just saying. Except Bill and Ted, because we've seen Johnny Depp try to play. We've seen Private Resort.
Yeah, he's too. I because it's funny since he loves playing out there characters, but yet he's too confined within himself sometimes. Or
Yeah.
in that one in particular, he just can't do wacky hep. But then again, you know, Val Kilmer tried it in Real Genius,
Yeah.
and he came off. I mean, he was funny, but he was a little stiff. You know.
I mean, really, Johnny Depp's thing was he liked the fame of being able to do actorly camp would, I guess, like not even sophisticated camp, just like ultra competent camp, right? Like
Hmm.
he hit that. He did it. Nobody else has done it the way he's been able to do it. But you can't also
But he's also
chase.
lucky.
He's lucky. He was the only one. Like Robert Downey Jr. was not as good looking and had a lot of drug problems.
A lot of those
Like
guys are lucky that River Phoenix died
they're
because
all, yes, they're
had
all
he turned it around, he would have got a lot of that
right.
shit.
That would, I mean, you don't think River Phoenix had the range go watch Sneakers and then go watch one of his
Yeah,
other
just watch
ones?
Sneakers.
Like
Literally last night I watched Sneakers, and it's just like, dude,
it's Sneakers, the universe where there are three Sneakers movies starring River Phoenix is just such a wonderful universe.
yeah.
I bet Paul Newman is the villain in one of them.
Yeah,
Like,
they would have to do that because Sneakers would have probably paralleled like the Oceans
yeah.
pictures. It would have been like that.
Oh, we can make some other adjustments to it. So the Bill Cosby cameo in Sneakers 3 is okay. We can do lots of things. We can do lots of things in these good universes
Shit,
that we
make
don't
him the
live in.
villain of one of them.
He could be the villain in 3 with
Yeah.
Robert Culp. Oh my
Hmm.
God. Not a lot of Robert Culp because Robert Culp didn't have much range, but I don't know if he.
Yeah.
I bet Phil Alden Robinson. Yes, the universe where Phil Alden Robinson didn't end up directing Christian movies. Yes, that's the one I want to go to. How do I get there, Michelle Yeoh? I'm sure you want to get out of the one where you made Section 31. So, I mean, supposedly that's so bad. I was like, should we do a Star Trek?
Mm.
But then I was like, we can't. We can't do a Star Trek season. Like it, I mean, not in the current configuration. Like,
See, oh my god. See, that used to look cool, the
yeah,
glove.
yeah,
Now
no,
it looks like some straight Spirit Halloween shit.
yeah. By showing the mechanics of it too much, like, yeah.
And it's lit wrong.
And
It's
here we have our. It's too bad we didn't have CGI money. Um, well, we her falling down the matte painting was one thing, but now we're just like, we'll get to bigger stuff, but it's so confined. We're in the basement from Louis Jordan right now. He's upstairs having a sexy party with a
Unleash the
bunch
Pig Boy.
unleash. Just this is a bunch of fucking 19-year-old girls and these fucking old extras. Louis Jordan and the Pig Boy are all upstairs. Oh,
See, like,
I want to
why
watch
didn't he
Swamp
just
Thing. Sorry.
why didn't he just transform himself into the kid and fake her out or some shit?
Why do we have to have eels? I think there's something about
Oh,
eels or snakes being a dream thing. Oh, he got to say bitch. He got to say bitch.
yep.
Robert England was so happy in that moment. Like he won so many arguments about that.
They actually they tried to make this version of Freddy happen for a while. Because after this, they had a book series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a series of books, and this version of Freddy they used as like on the covers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, for branding purposes. But was the content this Freddy?
Probably, I don't know.
I mean, if they licensed it, then yes, it would be one of those weird ass. All right, let's look that up too during the exciting conclusion. God, the makeup, I'm sorry, latex does not, once again, put some more goop on it.
I know, make them a little kind of
Some more goop on it.
because it just looks unfinished in some parts.
Holy fuck. Grossing 19.8 million, you're welcome, on a budget of 8 million, making it the
Hmm.
lowest grossing film. I think that also would make it the lowest budgeted one of the new sort of like what the fuck, man? In the documentary Never Sleep Again, it suggested the film opening against Pulp Fiction may have damaged its box office. Not sure about
Yeah, that could have been it.
that. Oh, that's mean. It's top 10 worst films. I thought it was like top 10 worst child performances.
Isn't this
Uh,
the picture on the back of the box? Him reaching out to the kid with the. Yeah,
what I also think is funny is they were like hyping this as scarier than ever. It's not scarier
right.
than ever.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'll give it scarier than the last one, than the one before it, but that ain't saying much.
I don't think it's scarier than five.
No, it's got better
It's got better
five.
set pieces than five, but there's nobody in this movie I care about as much as Kelly Jo Minter. And I would say that even if I
We're not.
didn't
No,
like
no, I
Kelly
wasn't
Jo
saying.
Minter.
Okay, five probably has it over this, but Freddy's Dead was
No,
is
maybe not. No, I don't think it has it over this overall, but I would say in terms of scary. This is very like this is like the Jurassic. This is very post Jurassic Park in terms
yeah,
of
putting a kid in danger where
putting a kid in danger. Like,
he has no way of not getting out of this.
is that the only CGI in the movie, or did they just do something amazing and not really make a big deal out of it? Joseph Mazzarello, Elizabeth Shue, um, let me think. Let me think. I'm working. I'm sorry, folks. I'm working here. Wes Craven was about 50. Peter Weller is Wes Craven.
Wow, with the beard and the mustache and shit,
Yep.
that would be crazy as hell.
Um, Johnny Depp as Johnny Depp. Bruce Campbell is the husband. We'll still do some genre. And Doctor Lady is the only one who comes over, and maybe the babysitter because that's about her direction more than it is about her ability.
Hmm.
And hey, Miko's really good at. Well, he wasn't good at actually stabbing it, but trying to stab. That was some good work from young Miko. Was he just doing duck face? I'm not backing it up. God, that poor kid. I hope his parents didn't steal all the money from him.
I don't think they did. They even made him a little bulkier.
Oh, good. Thank you, 1994.
Oh, that Tales from the Hood special effects.
Like something out of
Welcome to
TV.
hell, motherfuckers.
And here we get our big sets, but we know that they're not big sets because we saw that it only cost 8 million, so that's a little model.
Dick.
Okay, I'm gonna say something else about low budgeted legacy quills. And this is going to include,
Mm.
hold on, what's the one? Hellboy 4.
Did that even come out?
Yes,
Oh man.
I think. I'm pretty sure it's you know where. Um, I would do a Hellboy series. The first two are long, and I'm gonna say such mean things during the second one, and probably the third and fourth. But I thoroughly enjoy Hellboy 1, and I think that the Selma Blair, Ron Perlman. I think Hellboy is where she sort of crossed a page as an actor
Mm.
after being unimpressive in many of her previous things. Though she was in
Hmm.
some really good shorts. But like she's not good in Cruel Intentions. Like what the fuck are you saying? Like come on.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Um
A lot of those, I just that's why I've kind of been, circling the edge with American Pie and all of those, all the '90s era
the
stuff.
not the late 90s, the stuff that basically sequelized across, well no because that's not Cruel Intentions is something else, but like American Pie sequelized across 9/11, so like
Mm.
things happened that changed that shit. It's like the Matrix, it's sequelized across school shootings and shit. Like oh my god, yes, let's read the book in a fucking tracking long shot. My god,
Now, what you call it still holds up. Um, the Faculty.
the Faculty is great. The Faculty is a no questions asked great. Faculty might be the greatest
Yeah,
teen film.
I'll be bold and say I dig the Faculty more than Scream.
Oh God, not even no comparison.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying it's like River's Edge and Faculty. Like
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Those two,
yeah.
because I haven't seen The Outsiders or Rumblefish in years, but I don't think
Well,
those are shit.
to me, the Outsiders, I, especially because, damn it, if I could get if I could get the director's cut with the original soundtrack, then it'd be damn near perfect. It would almost be
Right.
fucking Godfather level, but the director's cut with the soundtrack he put on there is just yeah.
Introducing Tracy Middendorf.
Tracy Middendorf,
Okay,
yeah,
everybody. This was another big deal. You
Fran Bennett,
didn't get introducing.
and
You could
John
still
Saxon.
get introducing if you were on TV. I'm sorry, what is this music I'm listening to? Also, these credits are 10 minutes long. So
Oh,
buckle up.
the Burton-esque Danny Elfman music.
Yeah. Patrick Lussier, director of many Wes Craven produced ventures for Dimension Films. Peter J. Robinson. That's a name I'm unfamiliar with for some good reasons.
It was probably affordable.
Very affordable if their budget was 8 million. That last effect sequence probably cost half of it.
Well, you see, it was a lot of the shit was miniatures.
A lot of the shit was miniatures, but they still blew shit up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm also willing to bet that they fucking let Wes have 10-minute end credits because he wanted to be seen as a respectable runtime. These movies don't need to be more. What's Predator 107 minutes? That's your top. That's your limit. You don't need to be longer than Predator because Predator gets long. So you don't need to be longer than that. Just saying. Nick Corey himself, don't forget Tuesday Night was also in the background there, even
I see.
though
Freddy
she,
Krueger himself.
she was never in a movie with Heather Langenkamp. Patricia Arquette was. And Patricia Arquette must have said, "Do you see the rental figures on True Romance? Would you like to pay me $750,000 for a non-speaking
I
cameo? Do
wonder if
you see those rental numbers?"
she ever gone, spoken about what's it called?
I don't know. She's great. Like Severance season 2, she's great. She was great on Medium, right?
Uh,
Um, Tom Jane is unfortunately piece of shit, and that's her dude. So
uh,
I will make no assumptions about Patricia Arquette. Though no, she was the one who actually was like, well, did she demand the equity riders or whatever?
uh,
I thought she was the one who won some award for her Oscar for Boyhood, which I still haven't seen. I think she was the one who said she was only going to do stuff that had open pay shit, like
uh.
whatever those things were called that the white actresses talked about for 6 months and then none of them ever did anything.
Right, they never came together like they were supposed to.
No. I mean, they came together. They came together with the white guys, is what they did. Anyway, David Miller Creations, so it's still the same guy who did the last ones. We missed stunts. Sorry, I think they were on there, but there weren't a lot. Now that I know this only cost $8 million in
Yeah,
1994, I'm fine. Like, cool. Good job, man.
that's the budget of usually like direct to videos almost.
Yeah, that's like double the direct-to-video. That's
Uh,
probably, I bet a Tremors cost 6. I bet Tremors 3
mhm.
they were able to get 6 for. Now I'm being an asshole. We find out it was 2. We find out Michael Gross did it for food and guns. But yeah, no, $8 million for this. Good job. Good job. Boring as shit at times. You're still just a mediocre director, Wes, but good job pulling this off for $8 million. You blew shit up, man. You blew shit up.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where you sort of it's over with, and then you walk out of the room and come back after a few minutes, and you're like, why the fuck are the credits still rolling?
Mm-hmm. Oh God, they're the stunt players. Okay. See, I'm wrong. They had 12 of
There's
them.
a
That's pretty
lot
cool. Yeah, 20.
stand-ins.
Um, Freeway unit crew? Was there a set piece on a freeway that we ignored?
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
with the big Freddy claw coming down, getting the kid, and then yeah,
Oh, that freeway.
yeah,
Oh,
where they
okay.
weren't even there. they
Yeah,
were
I'm good. They were in the
they were in front
parking
of a
lot.
screen that
Yeah,
yeah.
they were at the parking lot of Home Depot or wherever they filmed Thor 4. Oh, though that no effect shot of the freeway in Spider-Man No Way Home is pretty baller when you
Mm.
see all the fucking like all of the fucking Tom Holland does unnecessary fucking gymnastics on the sets of those, which more power to him. Like, and
Gosh,
I
losing
hope
my
he and
religion.
Zendaya make it. I hope they make it. I want to see a show about them when they're in their early 40s with like kids and it's just like
When they were on the way out,
silly. Oh, they'd have been out by then. Come on now.
when
Gary Bingham.
she pulls a Jessica Alba. I'm tired of this
No,
shit.
they don't have the age difference Jessica Alba's dude did.
No, well, no, is what's his name that old? Really?
Wasn't he?
Cash? Anybody she's been with been older than her. That's all I know.
Yeah. I mean,
I know Cash was that much older though.
dude, 17 years.
Huh.
He's not. You are correct, sir. He is only 3 years older than her, so that is not. That's
It was
fine. I
all the
didn't.
guys before him though, where it
Well,
was
yeah.
creepy as fuck.
I mean, Mariah Carey's dude was like,
Like she was with Tommy Mottola, who was 40 something then, right?
he knew what he was
He was
doing.
pushing 50 then.
That dude knew what he was doing, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
He said he waited, is what he said.
Hmm.
Okay.
Unlike who else's guy that fucking creep that was with Celine Dion.
He did say he waited. He said he waited since
Yeah,
she was 11, and she said that was totally normal. Okay,
that.
we need to go clean out our brains. Okay, so I was unaware that she was married to someone named Cash Warren. I was even more unaware she was married to the son of Michael Warren,
Michael Warren, yeah.
whomst I love, whomst appeared in a movie 10, 15 years ago, like a wholesome kids movie that has Joanna Cassidy in it and Bill Moseley. And anyway, yeah, so New Nightmare is better than we made it sound. But if that's what if Wes Craven did an honest audio commentary of it, at some point he would have needed to be like, God, I'm fucking bored. It's too long. It's on a budget. It's what they did. It didn't work out.
It was basically Freddy's Dead, the apology.
It was Freddy's Dead the apology, but it also didn't correct some of the problems with Freddy's Dead, which you mentioned last time, which is that
Yeah,
Freddy's Dead was aware, or Nightmare on Elm Street was a franchise that, starting with three, was aware that it played to, shall we say, urban audiences.
there you go.
And they went as far as the Hispanic coded guy in six, but no
Hmm.
further. This one, it's we're supposed to villainize the black lady doctor because she's worried that Heather Langenkamp is abusing her
Because
kid. Yeah,
she's too competent at her job.
it's
That
like they clearly went to CCH Pounder, and CCH was like, "No, I fucking read what you're doing here. No, thank you. I don't do that
right,
anymore.
she got hip to it.
I play the fucking general now. All right, go away." Uh, the music situation does not help. Um, if Harry Manfredini, which might be his name, is actually more expensive than J. Peter Robinson, I don't believe him. So I'm just gonna say that. They did Swamp Thing together. They did other shit together too, I think.
Yeah,
I
what?
You could
Wait,
drop the Swamp Thing score onto this and it would be a better movie.
who did
That's how bad the music is in this.
who did Hills Have Eyes to? Because I know that's a Manfredini score.
That's Wes, isn't?
Yeah,
No, wait,
no.
hold on. Oh God, the 1977 is Wes. It is Harry. Do I
What
need to
part?
watch those two?
Part two?
Yeah, part two.
Yeah.
Should I watch Hills Have Eyes?
Mm.
Wow. Okay. There you have it, folks. That's the level of commitment.
I'm only thinking that because I'm thinking of the remakes too,
Okay.
and those just.
We somebody wanted to watch The Crazies at movie night,
Mm,
and I misunderstood and thought they wanted to watch the original, the Romero.
mm.
They did not. They wanted to watch the new one, the Brick Eisner. You want to see low budget with like not like Carpenter competent, well, not Carpenter crew either, but like just low budget with uncompromising low budget, effectively done. I don't know that there's anybody better than 70s Romero. Like Martin, like, because Martin is like this in terms of, that was the vampire one, right? Martin? where
I think so.
long stretches of the movie are just him walking around
That's
decrepit
that's
Pittsburgh.
that's most '70s like low budget pictures that
Right.
kill time by.
It's a time killer, but you know what it also is? With good
Hmm,
music, it's better than watching Heather Langenkamp and Martin Newsom talk about their
yeah,
problems.
yeah.
All right, folks. My last idea is besides um, Muppet Nightmare on Elm Street. My last idea is sitcom Nightmare on Elm Street crossovers, legacy crossovers. I want to see Freddy Krueger kill Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt after like a mini series. Freddy's New Nightmares. Is Robert Englund still alive?
He's still alive. He
There
does
you
a lot of
go.
conventions now, but I don't think
Monica
he.
Keena.
You'd have to give him money, put that makeup on, I
Dude,
guess.
dude. Well, no, because we do see. We'll do shadows and CGI. It'll be fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. We can do that. Um, the first episode. As long as Monica Keena's doing better, it's Monica Keena, Toy Newkirk, and Brooke
We'll have to.
Thies doing a fucking panel.
We'll definitely have to check the.
Only if Monica Keena wants to do it. I'm not going to be mean. Only if she is hyped to it and
Yeah, we'll have
understands it.
to check the meetings every week to make sure
Because
she.
honestly, okay, we talked about the Monica Keena clip is worth watching. It's fucking wild and it gives you a look behind celebrity that you don't often get. Yes,
Poor
Toy
Monica Keena,
Newkirk
man.
was taking pictures of her and texting her to people, which is fucked up. But also hilarious because Toy Newkirk had to like Toy Newkirk's like, oh, you guys didn't know my dad was a badass cinematographer? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Oh, it's because I'm black. Um, but as long as Monica Keena is okay, because Monica Keena in that thing, you could tell me she has the same thing Bruce Willis has, and I would believe you. Like, I would
Yeah,
believe you.
maybe. Yeah.
Like, it's bad. I mean, no, she's fucking high because you see her get high.
I
It's pretty
mean, the
funny.
part where she was dozing off and then just snap back up.
When she snacks back up and she's looking at her fingers,
Like, oh, shit.
they're
Like,
still there. And how, like, Brooke Thies is like, oh shit, this is
yeah.
real. This is real. This is so
She,
exciting.
at first, she's just like, is she okay? And then after a while, she's just like, oh, damn.
She's just like, this is not stopping. She took pictures too. Robert Englund then is weird about it. He like tells some story that makes her cry.
He tries to be
Like,
supportive
but it's
and
like
nice about it, but
it does not
clearly
work.
she's in no way
Well, it's because
emotionally to be.
I mean, it's because Robert Englund does that with like talking about how much he likes to lick the faces of young women. So like it's a little confusing. Like, but yes, she has like this empowering story about like how she killed Freddy, who gave her nightmares as a kid in their
Mm.
scene together. But he like sets it up as like, yeah, we got to like slide around on each other. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? But like Toy Newkirk and Brooke Thies are like, that's not weird. And I'm like, oh, so he's like that all the time. Okay, cool. That's
And
always the little bit there.
the look on Lisa Wilcox's face half the time when
Oh shit, I forgot she was there.
yeah,
She's the other one who starts filming right away and
you
starts
have to
texting right away.
watch
That's
her
right.
as Monica's actually talking. She's like, does this girl have a translator look on her
That
face?
is fucking right. I totally forgot she was there. She needs to be in the show as well. Does it involve her bringing her son and trying to hook her son up with Brooke Thies and Toy Newkirk? Maybe. But she's disappointed when he's interested in more appropriately aged Monica Keena. Um, uh, and then they think Robert Englund's playing a prank on them, but it's really Freddy, and he kills him. And it's and then he's like, "I'll be back next week." Something carved in blood. Okay, folks, that wraps up this season. We do have next season planned, and
Uh-huh.
we're going to announce it because it's more fun talking when we're not watching New Nightmare. Again, not a terrible film, just not one you
Not great.
particularly? It's
Not
not
even what I
something you want to
remember.
itemize. You don't want to itemize New Nightmare.
No,
How's
it's
that?
it's a it's definitely a noise in the background or something. You get a couple of buddies around and watch, and yeah, just
I think the
you know.
problem with it is you only need to see it once. And then anything after that, you're going to start noticing.
And it's another milestone for us, which we've covered every film in this franchise. Now that I think about it,
We
of the
have.
Freddy movies, yeah, all the movies, with the exception of Freddy's Nightmares, the show. We've
Right.
watched all the films,
Yes, we have.
including the remake. Um, Halloween won't get that.
As for Friday the 13th, D requires
Yeah. Somebody's got to.
bribery.
We got to. There's a little give and take when it comes to
Though I'm pretty sure I love Jason X. I'm pretty sure I
Jason X
do.
and Jason Goes to Hell. There's
And
going to
Jason
have to
goes
be a
to hell.
little negotiations will have to be made.
Yeah. Just back up the Brinks truck. So that's Rob Zombie. Uh, you don't need a Briggs truck for that, maybe. But yeah. So next up, we enjoyed watching so many good performances and like good movies that we're gonna interestingly with the Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cop season. We're gonna make the interesting choice to return to Eddie's career
Mm-hmm.
for Eddie's 80s bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to be a little creative with what we consider 80s and what we consider bombs. We will be doing Best Defense, The Golden Child, Another 48 Hours, which is technically 1990, I
1990.
believe, but it's a fucking bomb. And it
Yeah.
actually ended the cycle of his career. And
Mm-hmm.
then we are going to do that ended the cycle of his like think about that. His career was based on 1 year annual releases since the guy was 22 or so, 23. No, 22 because Beverly Hills or
48
40,
hours.
48 hours was that 90 was that 82 or 84?
82.
82. So he did get a year off once. But otherwise he was doing movies straight through and then once he didn't have anything mega hit, he
Yeah.
was considered done. And then 2 years later, he had a mega hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With Boomerang. But we won't be watching Boomerang, even though I haven't seen it since 1992. I don't
Wow.
think. I know. I need to see it again. I've only been saying that since 1992. No, I guess I probably saw it a few more times, but like,
Didn't we saw it, right? At the Evanston
no,
at
I
one
saw it at a
time.
drive-through
Really?
with my parents at a double
Oh
feature with
shit.
that and House Sitter.
What the fuck did I say Boomerang with then?
Um, but yeah, so we're gonna finish with Harlem Nights, which is like
Transitional film there.
it's also like Eddie's most ambitious, creatively ambitious thing he did at
It,
that
it
point in his
was
career.
it was a great idea, and at the same time, he's kind of shot himself in the foot by taking on a lot.
Yeah, it's because he
Because
got to
it's still a history. It's historical in itself, where he takes all those comedians and puts them in the same movie.
as actor too.
Right.
Actors who then sometimes get to do their bits. It's also about
Mm-hmm.
sort of a showcase for Richard Pryor. Like it's very much it's a very heartfelt film, which is very
Mm-hmm.
interesting because as we would see in the 90s and going forward, Eddie did not like putting a lot of heart into his projects.
Yeah. After a while, it's just about the money.
Yep. Okay, so we'll be back next week with Best Defense starring Eddie Murphy and
Oh,
Dudley
that guy
Moore.
Dudley Moore. Remember him?
I'm sorry, are we talking about like, box office star Dudley Moore who
Yeah. Remember,
fell very far? Like,
did kind of the same thing that Woody Allen did, where because of his clout, he got to be this schlumpy looking dude in the movies where beautiful women just fall in love
Hold
with.
on. Hold on. Who's his lady in this one? Oh yeah. You know who? Oh God, I really hope.
Capshaw, isn't it?
Yeah, I really hope. And this is well, we don't know how Dudley Moore would have felt about Brexit, so we're not going to say a lot. But oh man, he was married to Tuesday Weld. She's way too good for him. What the fuck is going on?
Right. What the
Okay,
fuck, dude?
so he was born in 1935. Best Defense is from 1984, so he is 49 years old. Kathleen Sue Cat. Oh wow. Wait, hold on. Oh my God, how many terrible movies is Kate Capshaw in if she was 31 in Best Defense?
Mm.
I always thought she was like
That was
really
before.
young.
Yeah, that was before even. That was before Temple of Doom and Dreamscape, right?
Yeah. Okay, actually we need to shut up. Dudley Moore did not. Well, I'm sorry. 19, 20 years is still. I don't feel like Kate Capshaw is interested in Dudley. Well, I mean,
No, I
whatever.
mean
Steven
the way.
Spielberg. I
I
mean, what?
mean, look how she looks as a they always get these hotties. She was
Yes,
very.
in
She
terms
was
of the
kind of
objectification of women, yes,
yeah.
there is that
She
vibe,
was a little out of his
but
league.
just a little out of his. Um,
And Kate Capshaw is like average chick, pretty as
right.
far as I know. She's not gorgeous or anything, but in terms of between the two of them,
Oh yeah, she would definitely. Well, in this one, we'll have to see. Oh God, that actually adds a totally different, more boring layer to Temple of Doom. Okay, so, but yes, Best Defense, a lot of cool people in it. Tom Noonan, Helen Shaver, some other folks who are in it, and I've never seen it. And I think Best Defense is actually one that I took up to check out at a video store and was told no.
really.
In terms of, you remember, like,
Mm,
yeah. But I never saw it. Or maybe by the time I would have been willing to see it, we knew DVD was coming. And so I was like, I'll just wait until it's out, Letterbox or something
yeah.
by that time. But like, in terms of like, when I was taking out my stacks at Eddie movies, I never took Best Defense.
No,
Okay.
it's not even really worth.
Which is our exciting lead up to our next season, folks.
So yeah, be there, folks, for Best
I am
Defense.
looking forward to the Golden Child. I am looking forward to the Golden Child. I've never seen it. I've only seen previews. If it actually is Eddie doing an action movie that doesn't connect, I want to see it. In a beret. I want to see it.
Yeah, I still want to get one of those damn hats.
See? There you go. Maybe we'll have merch by then. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Good evening.